Yeah, but fans wouldn't have never looked at him as being the champion, or would have never have like respected him. I said, do you think in 20 years after he made $500,000, he's going to give a fuck about the fucking fans that don't even fucking know his name anymore? You guys need to remember all of this. If you're a fighter and look, I'm cool either way. I'm cool if he decided to do what he did. I think it's fun. And I would probably say 100%. I would have probably done the same exact thing that he did. But in my mind, when this was going on, during watching the fight, he was losing the fight. There was no chance of him really winning that fight. If he takes the DQ, becomes champion, no one needs to respect him. I don't think he even needs to give a shit. He's going to make $500,000 on the next fight. In 10 years, or when he's done fighting and his kids are in private school and his kids are getting a good education and he's got a roof over his head, you think he's going to give a fuck about the fans at home that, don't respect him anymore? No. Some of you guys probably won't even remember his name in 4 or 5 years. So when you guys making that argument, you're fucking ridiculous. Like, you guys sound stupid and ignorant when you guys say that. I'm saying as a business decision, he didn't make the right call. But as a man and somebody with morals and somebody with integrity, he did the right thing. Okay? I'm just simply saying there was no way he was going to win that fight. Even Dana came out and said, look, he's a gamer. There was never a thought in my mind that he would just take the DQ. But here's the other thing. Would any of us have said that we blamed him? He took a fucking flush knee to the side of the head against the cage. No give. So had he not been able to continue, and it was behind the ear, had he not been able to continue, like, why are we saying that he's a pussy if he doesn't, or he's a fucking, or he's a scumbag for taking the DQ? What if he really couldn't continue? People would still have given him flack. But instead, he's putting his life on the line and going on in that next round or whatever that round was to fucking continue the fight because he's got integrity. I'm simply saying, though, who the fuck are we to judge whether he could have continued to fight or not? We put so much pressure on the guy who got the foul committed on him. Why aren't we putting the pressure on the person who committed the fucking foul? You guys, I don't get this. I don't get that part of it all. Like, he's tough, or he needs to show that he was tough, or he needs to show integrity. No, he doesn't. He's obviously got some integrity. But I'm simply saying, like, he could have collected his paycheck and then turned around and fought him again and made double the money or maybe even more for being the champ, even though, sure, the fans didn't look at him as ever being the champ. Who gives a fuck? He's the champ. He now has that belt in his trophy case at home for his kids to grow up and see, and people and family and friends to see. In 15 years, 5 years, I think, even less, 5 or maybe around that time, half of you guys won't even remember who the fuck he is. Okay? And that's the thing. Like, in 5 to 7 years, that amount of money he would have made would have sent his kids to probably good schools, would have bought his kids or put a roof over their head, maybe bought them motorcycles or bikes, or put them in private school, like put them in swim lessons or whatever the fuck he wants to do. That's more important in life, you guys. Those are the things that are more important in life than making sure that the fans care if I have integrity or not. You guys are way overestimating your guys' value as fans to a fighter who needs to take care of his family and support his family. You guys also shouldn't be criticizing the fighter who got illegally kneed in the back of the head or on the side of the head or behind the ear. You guys should be criticizing the guy who did the illegal kneeing and not criticizing the guy who, if he doesn't continue fighting, he's a pussy and a piece of shit and a scumbag. That's bullshit. Like, the fact that he did continue to fight, I tip my hat to him. I'm simply saying, as a business decision, though, who the fuck are we to judge whether he shouldn't continue fighting or not? Like, because of his integrity and he's going to lose fans because of it. No one gives a shit. You guys are way overestimating your guys' value as fans. Just the bottom line. And in that take, you don't know what he's going through. Maybe he's seeing double. Maybe his equilibrium is off. Maybe when he stood up, he was having things just weren't functioning properly. It happens. And we are not, myself included, are not here to judge him for whatever he decided to do. We don't have that right. We're not the ones that got kneed on the side of the head. All you fucking couch warriors sitting at home saying like, oh, his integrity would have never been considered the champion. No one gives a shit. And I think had he taken the DQ, I wouldn't have even second guessed it. Dude, you got kneed by Jon Jones in the side of the head behind the ear. We are not you should not be someone to judge. Okay? Stay on your couch. Be a fan of the sport. Do not criticize the guys that are actually doing their thing. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that exclusive content of Sammy and the Punk. Also, hit these videos for more exclusive content and hit the subscribe button on the bottom corner.